consult with him. We need to first have a strong connection to our Shaykh. Our Shaykh has passed physically from this world. He has put this fakir, this helpless one, to be here. Don't make the mistake that Shaitan made when Allah put Adam alayhi salam as his wakil, as his khalifah. Shaitan is saying, you are Allah, this one is clay, and you're asking me to sujood, to make sajda to this one? No, I make sajda only to you. Don't make that mistake. Today it may be us, tomorrow it's you. Who knows? Islam, the protocol, that's why those coming from the military or the police or the army, they know, they understand this. It's very natural. Because now that sergeant, you don't look at his sergeant. You don't say, well, I'm a corporal, he's a sergeant. The difference between us is only one stripe. Why I have to listen to him? Because that one now is representing the general on you. So, if we accept that and we know that, then the blessing is going to come. Understanding is going to come. How are you going to know? Well, are you watching him? Shaykh Effendi is here. Let me just say from a personal basis what I do. That's why I'm screaming to these guys all the time also, because I'm seeing time will come. You are going to be sent everywhere. If you're not paying attention to what we're doing now, you're going to mess up so much that time. And so much heaviness and punishment is going to fall to you. When Shaykh Effendi is here, there are only a couple of people, Mustafa? That wherever he is, whatever he's doing, they're watching. They're making that connection strong. Not to say, oh, I'm following with my heart. You're not following with your heart. Your heart is filled with dunya. At least to look, to see. Whatever he's doing, when he is there to look, to see, to understand. He's sitting, he's standing. That is what you're supposed to do. He's making zikr. We're not closing our eyes to make zikr to enter into a hal. We're looking at our Shaykh. He is our Qibla. He is representing the Prophet. You think that time when the Sahaba Kiram, they are in the presence of the Holy Prophet, ﷺ, they're making zikr, they're closing their eyes and they're disappearing into their own orbits? Then why? Why are you saying you follow the Prophet? That Shaykh is representing that Prophet. That's why I'm saying, look to see. And because there's so many things that are happening. The communication, you're going to understand, you're going to pick up, your heart is going to work that time if you have that connection. Start with that. And small things, we are not testing, but things are showing themselves as tests. We're saying people are failing because they're not watching. Just to have that, just to see they watch. Forget about not watching. So many, they disappear. When it's so that time comes, they disappear. Where are you? What are you doing that is so important now? If you're not here for sohbat, then what are you here for? Why are you in tariqat if you're not here for sohbat? Tariqat and a sohbat, isn't it? Our tariqat is based on association. So why are you not here? I'm seeing people are not here too. They got enough sohbat, mashallah. If you have enough sohbat, it must show. Your work must be 100%. You must be gathering people. Nur must be coming out from your eyes. But it's not. Because it becomes heavy. We understand sometimes like this, sometimes like that. But when it becomes a habit, when it comes to a sohbat, people, they are disappearing. That so many people, they're going to the bathroom. Understand, bathroom is where shaitans are. They're escaping from the association of Rahman to shaitan. You ever think of it that way? So, watch. Observe. Watch carefully. That time, it'll be easy for your heart to work because you are paying attention. You are understanding that one. Why is, then you're asking yourself, why he's sitting that way different? Why is looking that way different? Why is he saying this today? You start doing what? You start thinking, isn't it? Your mind starts to think. You become more intelligent. Your heart starts to open because now you're always pushing the boundaries of your understanding. You're not sitting there like a robot. Tariqat is not teaching people how to become dummies. You just sit there and just Allah, 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 like that. What is that? So if you make that connection, which this is the last question I'm going to answer. If you make that connection, if you remember, then you're going to get that knowledge. And if you remember, you're going to have that connection. And if you remember, you're going to have that love. We began today speaking about that. Allah is saying, remember me and I will remember you. And when Allah remembers us, don't think it is the same as us remembering Allah. Then that time, yes, He will remove the veils that we have put in front of us. He will remove the veils. Then that time, we know what to do. We know how to do. That time, really, we don't need someone to be yelling and screaming at us. Because we are yelling and screaming at ourselves. We are looking at our actions and saying, is this correct? Is this not correct? Why am I doing this? Is this right? What would Shaykh Effendi do? What would Prophet do? What would these wakils do? Then that time you're going to go somewhere. Then you will know by yourself, then that time the action that you're doing. Is this what Shaykh Effendi is approving? Has he ever done it like this? If he's done it like this, is it exception or is it something that is established, that is doing all the time? You may have different ideas. Everyone may have their own separate connection to Shaykh Effendi. But he did not leave this world to say, now you can follow me directly. He left someone. Holy Prophet did not leave this world to say, now all the Sahabis will follow me directly. He left Hazrati Abu Bakr. Hazrati Abu Bakr did not leave to say, now everyone has their own connection to the Prophet. You don't have to follow anyone. There is Hazrati Umar, Hazrati Usman, Hazrati Ali, continuing up till Sultan Abdul Hamid Khan. There is a khalifah. The shame coming to the Muslim nation because we kicked the khalifah out. We want to live like unbelievers. And we say we have the best of Islam. MashaAllah. Big slap is coming. If you don't understand, slap is already reaching us. So we must wake up. We must understand. We must watch. We must think. We must question ourselves. If he says, don't do, we must obey. We must find out the reason. What is the reason now? We must understand it. It is also not just to do something blindly. But it is not the first thing to question. Questioning comes later. First, you hear and you obey. To find out the reason, that is later. Quran is saying, Sami'na wa ata'na. We hear and we obey. It is not saying we question. We get the answer. Later we obey. It is not. That is Yahudi style. So, you may have questions. You may not know certain things. You may inquire to find out. That is different. That is not challenging. That is really not knowing, not understanding. But if you are connected, if you are really thinking, the answer will come to you. Maybe some details here and there you don't know, but the answer will come to you. Should I interfere into someone's work? You want to do something. These days I'm seeing so many people interfering into other people's work. Interfering into other murids. In there, I know the intention is correct maybe. They're seeing this murid, maybe he doesn't have too much manners. Now, I'm going to say to this one, you don't have manners. And now, the wrong, very bad thing, the irony of it is, he's doing that and he's letting the whole world to see. And that is manners? That is the worst manners. Now, they are going back and forth like that. All you got to do, even if you think there is something wrong, first, who are you to speak to someone, to correct them? We are not Wahhabis. We are Ahli Tariqat. You must know where you are, how much authority you have. The problem comes into this world because everyone is interfering to everyone's job and everyone's business. And you're getting advice from everyone. Muslims getting advice from Kafir television, how to live their lives. They're not asking advice from Awliya Allah. Awliya Allah, they say, well, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. So I don't know if I'm going to ask from Imam or Sheikh. But you see them, they're watching TV. Oprah is saying something. So, oh, that makes sense. They're reading books, reading magazines. They're saying this, psychologists saying this. It makes sense. But they're not going to Allah and His Prophet. They're not going to His inheritors. They're not going to awliya Allah. Oh, something very bad here. So, don't interfere. But you don't know. All you have to do is, wait. Who am I to say something? Do I have that authority to say something? Even if I have that authority to say something, should I say it now? Should I say it like this? You must question. Shaykh Effendi is not teaching us, okay, now I'm going to remove the veils from your heart. Whatever comes to your heart, you're going to do exactly what you want. Never he said that. Never he's going to say that. You have to think and think. You have to look at every angle. Then you have to come up with the best answer. That is intelligence. That is Islam. But so many, maybe they just come yesterday and they feel that they are connected and immediately they're going to interfere. You cannot. You're going to make more fitna that time. I know your intention is good, but you need to change. Understand. You don't know. You're going to say, Shaykh Effendi is doing this or not? No. Shaykh Effendi is not here. Is Hoja doing this? No. Other people are doing this? No. But I think it's really wrong. I must correct. All you got to do, pick up the phone. You can send me a message. I don't like that fitna Facebook anyway. I don't like all these emails because it's not the way of tariqat to do it, but we are tolerating it because for people to reach us easier. But they're using that to abuse it also. For that reason, I'm not liking it 100%. But we have to use it. All you have to do is to ask, to consult. Didn't I say this question in the beginning? Consult. Observe. You consult. Are you going to ask? I'm seeing something wrong. What should I do? Maybe that one is going to say, don't do anything. Maybe that one is going to say, something must be done, but not you, someone else. Maybe that one is going to say, yes, you may say certain things. But now, the one who consults is not going to fail. He's not going to fail. He's going to succeed. If you have that, then you will win. This is not high-level knowledge. This is basic, and this is common sense. But when the ego is sitting on the man, all intelligence and all common sense it goes. Especially when there is anger. All common sense, all shariat, everything goes. Men's and women's. It used to be the women's. Now the men's too. When the anger is hitting, they're ready to burn the whole world. At least the women's we understand. Why are men doing this? Why are men getting so moody? You keep it to yourself. It's okay. We go through that sometimes. But don't go around bothering people. Don't. It's not good that time. So, may Allah forgive me and bless you. May our Shaykh open our way, inshallah, for us to understand. Inshallah Rahman. We'll see you soon. Tomorrow we're having the general zikr. We'll see what Shaykh Effendi is going to send us that time. If he sends us something heavy, we're going to say heavy. If he sends us something light, we're going to say light. But it also depends on the Jamaat now. If the Jamaat is thirsty, that much they are thirsty and they are here and they are listening, if you understand the way that I'm speaking now for the past hour or so, the quality, it changes because now you guys are listening and other things are opening. When you are thirsty, you're listening more. That valve, they open because they say they want to listen. If you're not listening, if you're talking to yourselves, if you're sleeping, you're doing other things, and that time I'm going to say, they're going to close. I'm going to say, don't open because no one is here to listen. Close it. It's not going to be good for you or for me. Wa min Allah tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.